What's growing on, gardeners? On today's 2-minute garden tip, I'm going to show you the mind-blowing truth about tomato leaf curl and what to do about it. This time of year, every year, I'm overwhelmed with comments from gardeners saying, "Help, my tomato leaves are curling and I don't know why. What can I do about it?" This is what tomato leaves typically look like. They are slightly ruffled at all times, but they are mostly flat and straight. But sometimes during summertime, your tomato leaves will change. They will start rolling up and curling on you. And you can see this phenomenon happening with this tomato plant right here. They're starting to look like a taco shell. And when gardeners see this, they often panic because of how prone tomatoes are to tomato leaf diseases. You may be shocked to learn that tomato leaves do not curl because of disease. They curl because of physics. Tomatoes are native to mountainous regions of Central and South America, and they are native forest species. They're vines that grow in the understory of forests. They did not adapt to grow in full sun. Now, in their native habitat, tomatoes have all the time in the world to meander around the forest floor and flower and produce their fruit and reproduce. But because we are growing them in temperate regions where we get frost and freeze, we have to jam their entire lifespan into roughly a 6-month frost-free period. So because of that, we plant them out in full sun against their wishes. Plant leaves are effectively solar panels. Their job is to collect solar energy, and then the plant takes that solar energy and converts it into carbohydrates via the process of photosynthesis. For just a moment, pretend that this sheet of paper is a plant leaf. Typically, it will be flat like this because that maximizes the surface area of the leaf, and then it can collect as much solar energy as possible. Typically, tomato leaves are flat because they are a native understory species, so they have to fight through the canopies of trees in order to collect as much solar energy in the dappled light situations as possible. Now, here in the United States, we are mostly planting our tomatoes out when it is early spring, so the sun is not strong at that point. So because the days are still short and the sun is relatively weak, the leaves will be in fully extended orientation to maximize their surface area to collect sun. But a shift happens in most climates in the dead of summer where suddenly the UV index becomes too strong and the days are too long, and it's more than the tomato can handle because they adapted to collect light underneath forests. They can't deal with full summer sun. So what the leaves do is they naturally curl like this to reduce their surface area. So whereas before the whole leaf was collecting solar energy, when they curl, they're actually sucking in the leaves underneath to provide shade and get less solar absorption. So it is a natural mechanism to decrease surface area. Now, once your tomato leaves curl, there's really nothing you can do about it. They will be stuck like that. However, that's not a problem because it's not harming the plant. Tomato leaf curl is a signal that the sun is too strong and it is starting to stress out your plant. And if you don't do something about it, the plants will start getting weak, breaking down, they will get stressed out, and then they will likely come down with disease issues and likely be overwhelmed by pests. The best thing you can do at this stage is to install shade cloth overhead to protect them from the intense rays of the sun. Once you install shade cloth overhead, all of the tomato leaves from that point on will likely be normal and flat because they won't need to curl and reduce their surface area because of the strong sun. If you're curious how to do this process, I will link to a video above and down below that shows you exactly how I installed my shade cloth overhead my plants. It is a total game changer. I will also place links to shade cloth down in the video description for the exact product I use. It comes in all different sizes. And that's today's 2-minute garden tip.
If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing and hitting the bell to receive new video notifications, and check out our Amazon storefront and spread shop in the video description for a list of the gardening products I use and awesome custom designed apparel and other gear. Your support is greatly appreciated.